When the ice caps melt and the forests burn, you'd think it's humanity's greatest tragedy. But for some, it's a golden opportunity. The billionaires aren't just surviving, they're thriving. Every year, natural disasters fueled by climate change displace millions, but they also generate billions in profits for the world's richest. How did the climate crisis become a billionaire's playground? Are the billionaires saving the planet with green energy and innovation, or are they saving their profits while the rest of us pay the price? Picture this: smoke from a wildfire chokes the sky as a billionaire's mega yacht glides across a crystal blue sea, sipping profits from the very disaster that's engulfing the planet. Imagine a sweltering village in the global south where lithium mining for electric cars devastates the land, while billionaires sip champagne at climate summits, touting their sustainability. But here's the twist: the very systems meant to fight climate change might be making the billionaires richer and the planet poorer. Let's break it down. Climate change is the existential threat of our time: melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and unrelenting wildfires. But what if, for a select few, it's not just a crisis? What if it's the biggest business opportunity of the century? Every year, climate disasters cost the global economy hundreds of billions of dollars. Entire communities are displaced, ecosystems destroyed, and the planet edges closer to catastrophe. Yet, amidst this chaos, the world's richest are cashing in, turning carbon credits, renewable energy, and even disaster relief into profit machines, while millions struggle to rebuild after floods or fires. Billionaires are quietly raking in fortunes, from the billion-dollar carbon credit industry to greenwashing campaigns that hide their real motives. The ultra-wealthy are rewriting the rules of the climate game to their advantage. But how do they do it? And what's the cost to the rest of us? Let's uncover the truth. Carbon credits were designed as a solution, a way to fight climate change by limiting greenhouse gas emissions. Here's how it works. Governments or organizations issue these credits, essentially permission slips, allowing companies to emit a certain amount of carbon dioxide. If a company stays under its limit, it can sell unused credits to others. On paper, it's supposed to incentivize businesses to pollute less and invest in green technology. But here's the catch: carbon credits have become more of a loophole than a solution. Billionaires and corporations use them to keep polluting at the same or even greater levels. Instead of reducing emissions, they simply buy up massive amounts of credits to offset their pollution, effectively paying their way out of accountability. It's like putting a band-aid on a bullet wound while continuing to fire the gun. Take Amazon, for example. The company boasts about its sustainability goals and purchases millions of dollars in carbon credits, yet its carbon footprint continues to grow as it expands operations. Then there's Shell, one of the largest oil companies in the world. While promoting its investments in carbon offsets, Shell has quietly increased fossil fuel production. In reality, these companies aren't reducing emissions, they're just buying good PR. And here's the kicker: carbon credits are just the tip of the iceberg. The real profit lies in controlling the narrative of going green. Let's dig deeper. Green energy feels like the hero in our battle against climate change. Solar panels glinting under the sun, wind turbines spinning gracefully, and sleek electric vehicles cruising toward a carbon-free future. Billionaires like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, and Bill Gates have positioned themselves as champions of this renewable revolution, promising that their investments in solar, wind, and EVs will save the planet. But is their altruism all it seems? Behind the glossy ads and eco-friendly branding lies a different story. Billionaires aren't just investing in renewables to save the world, they're seizing an economic gold rush. Massive tax breaks and government subsidies are up for grabs, with billions poured into green energy sectors every year. In some cases, monopolistic practices ensure that a few players control entire markets, from solar farms to charging stations. For the ultra-wealthy, green energy isn't just about sustainability, it's about domination. Take Tesla, for instance. It's hailed as the poster child of green innovation, but its meteoric rise owes much to government incentives. Tax rebates on electric vehicles and grants for renewable energy projects have played a critical role in Tesla's profitability. Meanwhile, the company's carbon offset sales, credits purchased by polluting corporations, add hundreds of millions to its bottom line. The result? Billionaires profit while maintaining the illusion of being climate saviors. But there's a darker side to this green revolution. a side that's rarely talked about. What about the raw materials needed to power these clean technologies? The truth behind lithium, cobalt, and other essential resources may make you question just how green these solutions really are. Let's explore. Green energy might seem clean on the surface, but there's a hidden cost buried deep in the earth. Lithium, cobalt, and rare earth metals. These are the lifeblood of electric vehicles, solar panels, and wind turbines. But mining these materials is anything but green. Massive open-pit mines scar landscapes. Groundwater becomes contaminated, and entire ecosystems are destroyed. And the human cost? Workers in developing countries face grueling conditions, long hours, and low pay, all to meet the soaring demand for these so-called clean technologies. While local communities bear the brunt of environmental destruction, it's billionaires and multinational corporations who profit. Mining operations, often owned or funded by the ultra-wealthy, extract these critical resources while branding themselves as champions of sustainability. Companies tout their commitment to a green future, but behind the scenes, they're exploiting resources and people to maintain their grip on the market. It's the classic case of green on the outside, greed on the inside. The demand for rare earth metals has turned countries like the Democratic Republic of Congo into global hotspots for mining. Here, cobalt, essential for EV batteries, is extracted under harsh and dangerous conditions, often by child laborers. Meanwhile, corporations and investors rake in billions. And then there's lithium, which powers the batteries in everything from your smartphone to your Tesla. Its extraction depletes water supplies in already arid regions, leaving local farmers without resources to grow crops. But the profits don't stop there. In fact, when climate disasters strike, the billionaires find new ways to cash in, from disaster relief to land grabs. The next chapter of this story shows how crises fuel their fortunes. Let's dive deeper. When hurricanes devastate coastlines, wildfires engulf forests, and floods submerge entire cities, most of us see tragedy and loss. But for a select few, these climate-induced disasters are golden opportunities. This is disaster capitalism, a ruthless strategy where the ultra-wealthy exploit crises to grow their fortunes. Instead of rebuilding for the common good, they find ways to profit from destruction. After disasters strike, property values often plummet as families are forced to abandon their homes. Real estate developers swoop in, buying up the land for pennies on the dollar. Later, they rebuild luxury developments, turning devastation into dollar signs. In some cases, entire communities are priced out of their neighborhoods, unable to afford the new, improved landscape. Then there are the private companies that sell disaster-proof infrastructure solutions to governments. While the promises of protection sound noble, the price tags are often astronomical. These firms capitalize on fear, charging exorbitant rates to repair or fortify against the next disaster, ensuring their profits soar while taxpayers foot the bill. But the ultimate game changer isn't just making money off disasters, it's controlling the narrative. From greenwashing to shaping public perception, the real power lies in who gets to tell the story. Let's unpack how billionaires are rewriting the rules of climate change. If you've made it to this point, it's clear you care about uncovering the truth behind the headlines. Help us keep these important stories alive. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we continue to expose the hidden forces shaping our world. Your curiosity fuels the conversations. Greenwashing is the art of illusion, a sleight of hand where billionaires and corporations paint themselves as climate heroes while their actions tell a very different story. It's all about PR campaigns that highlight token environmental initiatives while quietly continuing practices that harm the planet. In short, it's marketing masquerading as morality. Jeff Bezos, who pledged $10 billion to the Bezos Earth Fund, a staggering amount that made headlines and earned him applause. But behind the scenes, Amazon's emissions have been growing year after year as the company expands its operations. Delivery vans, warehouses, and air freight aren't exactly running on solar power, making the Earth Fund feel more like a band-aid than a breakthrough. Then there's BP, which boldly rebranded itself as Beyond Petroleum, with promises of a greener future. Yet, the company continues to invest heavily in fossil fuels, drilling for oil and gas around the globe. The glossy ads showcasing wind turbines and solar panels conveniently overshadow the reality of their ongoing environmental impact. So, are these billionaires and corporations actually helping the planet, or is this just the ultimate PR play? While billionaires profit from climate change, the real costs, rising sea levels, unrelenting extreme weather, and the mass displacement of vulnerable communities, are paid by the rest of us. The divide between those who suffer and those who gain has never been clearer. But here's the bigger question. Can we truly trust those who profit from the problem to solve it? Are their green initiatives genuine efforts to save the planet, or just another way to consolidate wealth and power? The answers might shape the future of our planet. What do you think? Are these billionaires visionaries leading the fight against climate change, or opportunists turning crisis into cash? Comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for our next deep dive into the hidden truths of our modern world. Stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.